Hey there, welcome in. My name's Josh. This is Road to Riot, and this is what I learned this week. Wow, another awful week. Who would have guessed? Not me. Yeah, so everything sucked again this week, and pretty much the biggest lesson is that perspective is literally the most important thing you will ever do in art. Now, you might not know this about me, but I'm a little obsessed with perspective because it's just the magic juice that makes this into this, and all I did was draw cubes for literal months. And that might sound familiar because last week I said,
and then this center line here, this is your sternum, and it's kind of like the edge of a cube.
And guess what? There's more where that came from. I was trying to rotate the ribs around the spine, and my plan and schedule is to do 5 rotations from the lower, the front, and the top angles, and then they all look like death. And by death, I mean, remember when we talked about subtlety being a thing with faces? Well, guess what, fam? It's a thing here too. It's so ridiculous. Like, look, so these rotations read, like they actually kind of look like they're rotating, but they still look a little off. That fine control isn't there. And listen, if you ignore this fine control detail, everything you do is gonna look like every romance comic on Webtoons. Like, getting it mostly right isn't good enough. So I was pissed. And you know what? I was like, here, I have just the thing for this. You ready? Here it is, right here. Listen. Here, ready?
Cubes.
But before that, a quick tutorial on ribs. First, start with the angle of the top 2 ribs. Next, add that sternum. Get what you think is right. It's probably not right, but just you're almost done. After that, just simplify the ribs using 4 simple lines. If you can count to 4, you can make ribs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, that last curve is always up. And all you gotta do is draw through the other side, and congratulations, you just drew ribs.
But they're wonky ass webtoon ribs, and your perspective is off, and it's terrible!
So now here we are, back to boxes again for what feels like the millionth time. So in order to get through that feeling of, yeah, this looks right, to actually knowing if it's right or not, I did controlled experiments to see what would happen if I kept one line of the cube constant and then tried to rotate everything else. So the result of this is that you get a cube rotated on an axis, and this is a drill I highly recommend, and I also highly recommend using Blender to help yourself not be so much of an idiot. So in the end, no matter how badly you want to skip fundamentals and get on a gesture drawing or anatomy or rendering or like all of the sexy stuff that you think you want to do, all of it hinges on your understanding of perspective. And if you want it to look like this and not this, take the time to draw your cubes. That's it for this Road to Riot. Thanks for watching. If you want to hang out with me while I practice and do these lives, you can find me over on Twitch. And if not, don't worry about it. I'll keep making these review videos for you here on YouTube. See you next time.